Hello folks, this is Sula speaking, and you're listening to a video for League of Legends. This is another video in the series that I casted back in the day, following the ButtonMasherz team as they reached the semi-finals of a Go for LoL Cup, this time facing a team known as Dr. Firstblood. This video was originally recorded on July 24th, 2011. Enjoy! Hello folks, welcome to another commentary for League of Legends. This is taken from another tournament game. This is from the semi-finals of the Go for LoL Cup number 20 between the official ButtonMasherz team and a team known as Dr. Firstblood. On the top side of the screen in blue, we have the ButtonMasherz team. We have one change from the previous games. If you've been watching these in series, Ginormous Noob has replaced Gun Crazy. I don't know if that was due to a scheduling conflict, but in any case, the player lineup is Cheesy Fries playing as Karthus, QQ playing as Alistar, Dark Cloud playing as Corki, Ginormous Noob playing as Warwick, and Funky Butt Lover playing as Taric. On the bottom side of the screen, on the purple side of the map, is the team known as Dr. Firstblood. We have Polus playing as Cho'Gath, BD Shus playing as Annie, Saraz playing as Soraka, Yoshiko playing as Misfortune, and Lee Jaedong Huaiting playing as Amumu. We'll probably just go with Lee Jaedong during the course of this game. So you can take a look at the lineups, you can see the matchups between the two sides. We should be just about ready to get started here off the loading screen, and we'll get to the start of this match. Let's see, there we go. Here we are. So we'll keep the tab screen open for the moment so we can see what everybody purchases in the store, and we'll try to look at how this match is going to get started between the two teams. Okay, there we go. Everybody buying up their health pots, buying various other items. See a lot of boots coming in first, and there you go. So in terms of the level 1 matchups between these two teams, the ButtonMasherz has a much stronger level 1 matchup. They have Alistar, they have Taric, they have Corki, all very good for level 1 matchup. The other team, not terrible. They do have Cho'Gath, they do have Annie, who can charge up a level 1 stun, but nonetheless, you would probably have to say that the ButtonMasherz is stronger with an Amumu jungler on the other team. They have a very real incentive to go over there and try to mess with the other team's blue buff, because Amumu finds it very, very difficult to jungle if he has his blue taken away early in the game. So we'll keep an eye on that, try to see what happens here. They do have a clairvoyance, of course. Both teams have a clairvoyance, one on Saraz's Soraka, one on Funky Butt Lover's Taric. So it looks like they are going to go in here, try to invade, and just try to mess around with Dr. Firstblood. One thing that I will point out here is that I think that the ButtonMasherz team, let's see, overall trying to look and predict laning matchups, I think that Cheesy Fries Karthus probably going to be in mid, QQ Alistar likely going to be in top lane. We'll see what happens. Still have not actually spotted Dr. Firstblood's team in as far as where they are. They may be over here at the ButtonMasherz blue buff. Again, don't have a real observer mode, can't actually see what's going on, only from one team's perspective. Funky Butt Lover did put down a ward here, so they will have visibility on this blue buff. Still likely want to try to go in here and interfere with the jungling of the Amumu jungler Lee Jaedong. They're probably going to try to take away his blue. We'll see if the other team, Dr. Firstblood, has responded by just going and taking the blue of the ButtonMasherz. And no, they are not over there. Yes, indeed, here they are. So they are, in fact, going to come over here, respond by going and taking that blue buff and giving it to their own jungler. So a nice response for the other team. Predicted that the ButtonMasherz would come over here and try to take their own blue buff, so they responded by going to the other side of the field and taking their blue buff. So very nicely done there. And this ward, unfortunately, is going to go for naught and not be too good, as both teams just end up exchanging blue buffs in the early going. Okay, now one downside to doing that is QQ has a very long walk all the way up here to top lane. That means Polus is going to get a bit of an advantage up here in top. So we will try to go through and look at these laning matchups. Again, Polus playing as Cho'Gath in the top lane has started with Sapphire Crystal. It's going to build towards an early Catalyst, you would have to think. QQ starting with boots and 3 health potions. A little unusual for an Alistar. You often see Doran's Ring start on an Alistar who's going to solo, but not going to be starting with that. Going to have the boots and the 3 health pots. So we'll see how he decides to go there. Meanwhile, in middle lane, Cheesy Fries playing as Karthus has started with boots and I guess 3 health pots. Looks like he's has already drunk 2 of them, or perhaps he picked up a ward of some kind. Not exactly sure, but in any case, has boots as his starting item. Up against BD Shus' Annie. Similar start, boots, 3 health pots, so both of them going for the sustain in lane, starting with the boots. Meanwhile, down in bottom lane, Funky Butt Lover playing support Taric. He's played support in every game, has played Taric a lot. Meanwhile, Dark Cloud playing as Corki. Again, a very common matchup. These two have been liking this matchup in bottom lane. They've played it quite a bit. Dark Cloud has started with the Doran's Blade, pretty standard in the current metagame setup for an AD carry. Meanwhile, up against Yoshiko's Misfortune and Saraz's Soraka. Soraka. Soraka starting with a Doran's Ring, a little bit unusual. I have seen the Doran's Ring more commonly on Soraka than on the other supports. Still a little uncommon. Not able to start with a ward. And Yoshiko starting with boots and 3 health potions. Going to be very fast with the boots and the Misfortune Strut passive. But I'm not sure that he necessarily needs 3 health pots if he's going to have a support in lane with him. That's one reason why you don't see that too often. Anyway, in top lane, Lee Jaedong coming out of a gank, but QQ pulverizing, getting the knock up, and then flashing away. A very nice escape off of that attempted gank, so he is going to avoid giving up the first blood there. And nicely done on the part of QQ, reacting very quickly to that attempted gank. Anyway, so I was able to capture that on stream. Meanwhile, the jungler on the ButtonMasherz Ginormous Noob just running through the jungle as Warwick. Over here at his blue, I guess he's going to clear that. Nice clairvoyance catching Lee Jaedong odd again. QQ looks like he is trying to escape. Is he going to manage to get out of here? There's the headbutt pulverize, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to get out of this. Here comes Ginormous Noob trying to help out. Looks like he is going to make it away, and now the Warwick gank is coming in. Lee Jaedong, don't know how much health he actually has, taking a lot of harass here. How low is everybody on each side? Cannot see with the health bars not updating here on the replay client. It looks like, oh, now it looks like Ginormous Noob may be in a little bit of trouble, judging by that. I guess that everyone's going to be okay. Just going to be a 2v2 lane up here in top for the moment. But it looks like this is going to conclude without anybody giving up first blood. I have not had a chance to preview this video. I am in the dark on what exactly is going to happen here. Again, trying to get through a lot of these videos in this Go for Law Cup. If you've been watching this channel, I've been going through quite a few of them in a short amount of time. Not enough time to go through and watch every video ahead of time. Ginormous Noob now chasing Lee Jaedong back into the jungle. Again, doesn't look like it's going to turn into anything too conclusively. Up here in top lane, I would think that QQ is behind due to the ganks that he's had. Let's see, 15 minion kills against 19, so he's behind, but not behind by that much. Looks like he's quite low due to the way that he's backing off there. He doesn't want to get killed. That would be my guess. So, haven't seen First Blood yet. Oh, Ginormous Noob is going in and doing a jungle invasion, trying to steal the red buff away from Dr. First Blood. Let's see if he's going to be able to get this here. Warwick is a very strong jungler, stronger than Amumu in terms of pure jungling. Some people, when we're reacting to one of the previous videos where I said that Amumu wasn't a strong jungler, my point was that Amumu is not strong in the jungler. He's a good pick as a jungler, but you're picking him for his ultimate and his use in teamfighting, not because he's great at clearing the jungle. He's okay at doing it, but he's not nearly as good as some of the other junglers. I mean, he doesn't really compare to Warwick or Udyr or any of the other sort of pure junglers. You take Amumu because you want his ultimate in the teamfights, not because he's a great jungler per se. Anyway, so Ginormous Noob was able to get away with that, was able to take that red, heading back to base now. Looks like a lot of people are recalling to base for the first time. QQ did use his teleport earlier. He went back to base and then teleported back to lane, has now picked up the Doran's Ring to help him out there. So keep an eye on that lane, see what's going on. Dark Cloud, the only one here. Funky Butt Lover has gone back to base. He's picked up a Fairy Charm, Vision Ward, and a Sight Ward. If you've been watching the past games in this series, the ButtonMasherz have been very aggressive about going for early dragons using a Vision Ward to clear any wards that the other enemy team has there. So I'm assuming that that's what Funky Butt Lover is going to be doing again in this game. Drop an early Vision Ward there, clear any wards that the enemy team has, and then when Yoshiko and Soraka go back to base to buy, which they will be doing at some point, they pounce in and swoop in and take a dragon at like the 8 to 10 minute mark. They've been doing that very effectively in their previous games. Also going to ward up this bush, a very important brush to ward if you're going to be down here in the bottom lane, particularly on the blue side of the map. Anyway, I'm going to take a look at some of the other lanes right now. Cheesy Fries and Beauty Shows, neither one has been back to base yet. Let's see who is leading in the farming edge. 46 for Karthus, 42 for Annie, so pretty much dead even there. Neither side has really pulled away and gotten ahead yet. Down here in bottom lane, oh, it looks like what I just said a minute ago has happened. It looks like Yoshiko has not gone back to base, just backed up a little bit. Thought he might have gone back. Dark Cloud is going to go back, going to purchase. Looks like he wants to be stronger. I still do think that they're probably setting up for a dragon fight of some kind. Clairvoyance coming out, spotting Lee Jaedong in the jungle. There's that Vision Ward over there at dragon. Looks like they're not going to try to come and steal this blue buff. Oh, is he even going to be able to finish that? Probably. He'll probably smite it, but his mana was almost entirely gone. And Ginormous Noob doing a nice job keeping track of those jungle timers. Anyway, let's see. What has Dark Cloud picked up on his trip back? He's picked up a second Doran's and Berserker Greaves. He really seems to like this buy. I've noticed in past games almost always goes back when he can get Berserkers and a second Doran's Blade. Really seems to like that. Anyway, there's a ward going down at Dragon, but it's not a Vision Ward, so they will be able to clear that when they have a chance to go up there. Let's see, Dark Cloud on 60 minion kills. And again, remember what I said about the importance of warding this brush. Full vision on Amumu, so they are not going to get ganked there, and they're going to be able to survive that with no real danger. Very nice wording job on the part of the ButtonMasherz. Anyway, Ginormous Noob is almost 6. I'm assuming that he's doing the standard Warwick thing, which is just clear your jungle until you hit 6 and then start ganking, because Warwick is not very good at popping out of the jungle and killing people until he gets to 6. Anyway, Yoshiko teleporting back to base. They may take advantage of this to try and go do dragon. This would be the time to do it while Yoshiko is back buying. In terms of that bottom lane, Yoshiko has 47 minion kills, Dark Cloud 72, 73 minion kills, so way ahead, and indeed they are going to go for it right now. As I was saying a minute ago, this is something ButtonMasherz have been doing in past games in the Go for LOL series. They just set up for this early dragon at the 8 to 10 minute mark, put down that vision ward, clear any visibility, and then when that bottom lane goes back to base in order to buy and purchase, Dark Cloud going back a little bit early so he can get his buy-in before the enemy team. When they go back to base to buy, that's when they slip in and take dragon. So again, just a really nice play, set up so well on the part of the whole team. Their whole buying strategy and how they play the lanes is set up to try to take that early dragon, and they pulled it off perfectly in this game as well. A dragon at the 9.5 minute mark really helps in terms of getting the team ahead. Anyway, Yoshiko has done almost the same thing. He's picked up a second Doran's, but not enough for Berserker Greaves. And there they go in, Target Stun, catching out Yoshiko. Are they going to be able to burst him down? I don't think so, but we're able to get in a lot of harass. And Siraz is going to have to heal that for quite some time now. Wow, Yoshiko almost dead. Corki just so strong with that missile spam in lane. And that means Dark Cloud and Funky Butler are going to have control of this lane for the immediate future, because Yoshiko is just going to have to play defensively while he gets healed up by Siraz. Oh, and now here they go, going in again, catching out Yoshiko with another stun right there. Can they finish this off? Yoshiko very low, but going to survive there. Had to burn his flash. I think he used Ghost too. Maybe, yes, did use his Ghost. There's the little particle trail behind. So just completely crushing this bottom lane right now. Total lane dominance right now from that very strong Corki plus Taric bottom lane, and they're going to go back to base to buy and then get ready to do it again. Anyway, in middle lane, Cheesy Fries has finished a Catalyst on his side, has Catalyst, has a ward, has boots. ButtonMasherz also has Catalyst and has picked up a Doran's right there. Oh, going to flash away back to the safety of his tower. Nice job there, predicting the Annie combo coming out and just getting out of range here. Let's see if Ginormous Noob decides to go in here now and go in on this kill. Cheesy Fries has used his flash, and ButtonMasherz in a lot of trouble here, but not going to choose to initiate. I thought that they might decide to go in there with Warwick ult and try to combo down ButtonMasherz's Annie, but apparently not. Ginormous Noob, Madrid's Razors, and Boots, all that Warwick needs for the first 15 to 20 minutes of the game, has his key items and is going back. Meanwhile, in top lane, QQ has not been back for a while, just has Doran's and Boots. Polis has, if I can click on him, has not quite a Catalyst. Let's see, in that top lane, QQ has 60, Polis has 68, so pretty close. I feel like Polis's Cho'Gath is ahead in that lane overall. I didn't have a chance to check the score in middle lane. 85 for Karthus, 81 for Annie, so this lane is just dead even. No one is pulled ahead of the other one. Ginormous Noob did sneak in and steal their red again, so again, counter jungling the living daylights out of this Amumu, doing a great job of that counter jungling. Ward in this brush here, you can see both teams realizing how important it is to keep that warded. Anyway, there is the stun on Yoshiko. Dark Cloud Valkyrying in. There's the exhaust coming in. Soraka bursting his heal, but it's not going to be enough, and Dark Cloud is going to draw First Blood. The Karthus ult not even needed, although it would have been enough to finish off Yoshiko. So a nice job there. I don't even feel like Yoshiko is really in that bad of a position, but that Taric stun comes out, the Valkyrie allows you to close distance, and it just makes it so difficult to lane against this. Siraz's Soraka used all that burst heal, and it still wasn't even enough. Not enough to save Yoshiko, and that's going to put Dark Cloud and Funky Buttlover even that much further ahead. 101 minion kills now to 64 on the part of Yoshiko. That is just such an enormous advantage. And meanwhile, Ginormous Noob continuing to just counter jungle the living daylights out of Lee Jae-dong's Amumu, doing a great job. Now poking on this tower as well, running that Taric ultimate. Oh, Siraz taking a lot of damage as well, and that is going to be enough to burst down Soraka. Down goes Siraz. Another, just that Taric stun, so effective in this lane. Meanwhile, QQ and Polis coming out. Ginormous Noob going to ult in up here on top, came out behind, has that red buff in order to slow. There's the flash over the wall, but QQ gonna flash over the wall as well. Gets knocked up on a rupture though from Polas. A beautifully timed rupture, hitting QQ just as he went in over the wall. So Polas is going to escape out of that. Very nicely played on both sides. Anyway, we have an exhaust coming in here on ButtonMasherz. Looks like Cheesy Fries uses his exhaust, so I guess that they're fighting here. Again, don't know how low the two sides really are. Can Ginormous Noob come down here and get in on this kill? Doesn't have his ultimate though. Looks like he's not going to. There's the blood scent though. But ButtonMasherz does have his stun up, and he's over by the tower, so it doesn't look like that's going to turn into anything. QQ pushing on top lane tower there. There's the Bandage Toss. A nice hit on that Bandage Toss, but QQ is Alistar. There's the Pulverize. Going to hit on the knockup. And Lee Jae-dong is not going to be able to do anything else from that position. So overall, close games still. ButtonMasherz do have the edge, mostly due to what's going on down here. They've controlled the bottom lane. They took that first dragon. The next dragon will be up in about 1 more minute. And here's more bursts coming in on Yoshiko, not even allowing him to farm. Just anytime he comes out, so much damage. And looks like Dark Cloud and Funky Whitlow are going to force them away again and just continue farming. Unfortunately, poor Yoshiko can't even farm in this lane, just completely completely dominated by that Taric Corki pairing. Meanwhile, down here, Cheesy Fry is going to take that blue buff, doing a nice job of giving blue to Karthus, where it's so effective. He'll be able to run his Defile in any team fights that come up in order to push that lane in expectation of this next dragon fight. Anyway, Yoshiko having to go back to base again, and they're just going to push this tower. I think they're going to get this right here. They are running that Taric ultimate that adds extra damage, and indeed, there it goes. Now they can even get ready to set up for this dragon that's going to be popping in maybe 15 seconds now. I'm assuming that Cheesy Fries will push mid here, and then they'll just head over here to dragon and try to do this one. There's another vision ward right there. A nice job again. Funky Whitlow doing such a nice job of controlling sight with these early vision wards, not having to invest in an early oracle, but just making sure that the enemy team has no visibility at dragon. Oh, coming in here against Lee Jae-dong, possibly trying to steal that blue buff. We'll see. They are going to have Clairvoyance up in a couple of seconds. Let's see. Are they going to make a play for this? They can probably fight for this, but with his smite, I would expect him to be able to get that. Anyway, encounter coming in here right now. There's the smite, but Lee Jae-dong going to have to take that. They can't give it to somebody else on their team. Anyway, again, pushing on middle lane tower, can run that Taric ultimate again to get more push in on this tower right here. Here comes the Amumu Bandage Toss, but he's completely surrounded by the rest of the ButtonMasherz team, and he's going to take a lot of damage. There's the Warwick ult. Ginormous Noob going to get the kill there. It was a good Bandage Toss. I just didn't think the rest of the team was in position to follow up on it. So not able to do so. Oh, ButtonMasherz does have his stun ready. There's the ultimate, and down goes Funky Whitlow right there. Did take down the support, but ButtonMasherz are going to get this tower, and overall, definite win for them. So killing the support, not that big of a deal. If someone's going to die on your team, you want it to be the support, since levels aren't as important for them. And let's see if ButtonMasherz is going to go for this dragon. It looks like they are going to. Again, they have the vision ward here. You can't see because it's black and white, but it is a vision ward. And Karthus just takes down neutral minions so fast when he's running his Defile and tosses down his Wall of Pain. So anyway, it's been Clairvoyance, but not going to be enough. There's the kill right there. Here comes a teleport in from top lane. QQ gonna headbutt Pulverize in on Yoshiko, taking a lot of damage. Can they counter gank this? No tower here to protect. There's the flashes, getting slowed by that Karthus wall, forcing the flashes. I don't think anyone's going to die there, but getting those flashes down and saving this tower, a nice play in and of itself. Meanwhile, Polis is free to push on this top lane tower. QQ's going to head back there, but he is free to get in some push on there. We'll see how much damage he's able to get before QQ returns to the top lane. Ginormous Noob in a bit of a dangerous position, going to toss down that ward. Nice ward placement, give him a little bit of safety there. And that tower, well, can't see how much damage it's taken, but has taken some. Still, QQ's teleport probably saved middle tower by having that teleport here. Oh, Ginormous Noob trying to steal red yet again, but this time the red enemy team knows that it's there. Here's the Clairvoyance. If the Cho'Gath player is coming down, he's in a lot of trouble. Yes, indeed. There's the stun. There's the exhaust. Ginormous Noob in a lot of trouble. Headbutt Pulverized. Ginormous Noob failing his flash. I think he tried to get over the wall. So QQ trying to save this. There's an ultimate, but not going to be enough. Going to get nom-nommed on by Cho'Gath, and ButtonMasherz is going to finish that off. So again, went for that red buff. He's been stealing it over and over again, but that time the enemy team was aware of it. They may have had it warded, don't know for sure. May have had it warded, but they were all over that one, and they made him pay for it by getting the kill there. Meanwhile, right now, 4 people in top lane. QQ just flying up in the air. Looked like he went off a trampoline there due to that Cho'Gath rupture. But with 4 in top lane, look what's going on down here in bottom. Dark Cloud and Funky Whitlow are going to push on this tower, and Amumu is not enough to hold this tower right here. Way too much burst. He's going to pop his ultimate, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Meanwhile, dive in top lane. QQ going down. Dr. Firstblood is going to get that tower, but meanwhile, they're just going to trade a tower for a tower, and the ButtonMasherz are almost certainly going to get this one. I don't think anyone on Dr. Firstblood can get back to take that, not with no teleports. I would expect that this would go down here. Let's see, there's the Taric ultimate coming out, running, giving the extra damage. Let's see, what is it? 30 extra damage for himself, 15 for allies. And Tarek is one of the best in the game at tanking towers. Are they going to be able to finish this? No, not quite able to finish it off. So not quite able to trade a tower for a tower, but they nearly got that one. And let's face it, first level entry towers are not as valuable as second level towers. However, Dr. Firstblood did get a kill there, so I guess a relatively even trade overall. We pretty much traded a second level tower for a first level tower and a kill on the part of Dr. Firstblood. So don't know exactly how that works out with the math. Feels like a relatively even exchange overall. Anyway, while we have a minute here, let's back up, look at the farming stats. Cheesy Fries is first in the game with 156. Karthus, very difficult to stop from farming. BDShush, 141, right there with him, and has the 2 kills, so BDShush probably a little bit further ahead. Both of them going for Rod of Ages first, but BDShush has the Sorcerer's Shoes and Double Dorans, while Cheesy Fries has the Needlessly Large Rod. So he has, let's see, 152 ability power, assuredly building Sorc Shoes and a Death Cap as his next item. Meanwhile, over here, a nice Clairvoyance catching out the enemy team. Saw the ward right there. Right now, it looks like there might be some conflict over this blue buff. They want to put it on Cheesy Fries' Karthus, if at all possible, and going to clear that ward. Was spotted to put down Funky Butt Lover with the early Oracle. Meanwhile, in top lane, or former top lane, QQ 103 minion kills, 0-1 in lane, Polus 1-0 in lane, 130. So Polus did win that lane. Cho'Gath ended up being a little bit stronger. He's already getting super tanky with Rod of Ages and now has the Merc Treads as well. Let's see. QQ has boots, has entry-level boots, double Dorans, and is building a Death Cap. So again, Polus came out ahead in that lane. Didn't win it by that much, but did come out ahead. Mid lane even. But the difference in this game is the bottom lane. Dark Cloud, 146 minion kills. Yoshiko getting there, but only 111. Dark Cloud already has triple Dorans, Berserker Greaves, and has almost finished his Trinity Force. Whereas Yoshiko, let's see, has double Dorans, does not have Berserker Greaves, and has nearly finished Infinity Edge. So in terms of the ranged carries, Yoshiko is pretty far behind. Anyway, right now, it looks like ButtonMasherz are gathering up around Baron. Right now, Dr. Firstblood, Yoshiko over here in bottom lane, that's very dangerous right now. ButtonMasherz could make a play for Baron with Misfortune down there in bottom lane. It would be an aggressive play, but they could look to make it right now with a member of the enemy team not there. QQ over here in top is split pushing right now. He does have the teleport, so as long as anybody on their team has a ward, they can toss one down and he can teleport into any fight. I'd assume that someone on their team probably has a ward so that he can do that. Actually, nobody on the... Well, Ginormous Ward has his Wriggles, so as long as that's up, he can always toss down a ward off of that Wriggles. Anyway, gathering up here around middle lane. Oh, catching BDShush with that wall could be a little bit dangerous, but no, guess not. Li Huaidong going to jump in there, and there's the Amumu ult into a Misfortune ult. A lot of damage, but not enough to kill Cheesy Fries. That Rod of Age is helping him out. QQ teleporting into the fight. There's the Karthus ult coming in. People flashing away. Dark Cloud Valkyrie after, and there's the headbutt finishing off BDShush. And now Dr. Firstblood just running away from this lane. They actually got a good initiation, but the key thing in that fight was Cheesy Fries did not die in the initial burst. He was able to survive, probably, like I said, due to the fact that he built that Rod of Ages, giving him 500 extra health. I think that was the difference in allowing him to survive that fight. And let's see now if they decide to go for Baron or not. It would be an aggressive play, but Annie is dead on the other team, will not be able to get into this fight. There's the ward right there. The enemy team does have a ward, so probably will just back off. I don't think that they'll do this with the enemy team having a vision ward down at Baron, and indeed looks like they're going to back off. If the ward wasn't there, they could have made an effort to go for that. It would have been risky. Oh, Cheesy Fries, yes, going to make it back before that rupture came in. Was a little bit dangerous. Funky Butt Lover realizing that, yes, he does need to get out of there. Can't just stand there, or he might get hit by the Cho'Gath rupture. So a nice fight there on the part of the ButtonMasherz, doing a nice job. Funky Butt Lover just building the standard support stuff. He has Philosopher's Stone, Heart of Gold. Looks like he's building Merc Treads is his next item. Pretty standard stuff there. He's been using that same build in most every game. We'll back up and try to look at who I haven't looked at yet. Saraz's Soraka just has a Philosopher's Stone, so not making nearly as much gold. And let's look at the junglers. Li Jie, Huaidong's Amumu. He has a Heart of Gold. Looks like he's building... Excuse me, looks like he's building a Catalyst, and he just has sort of a lot of entry-level items. He doesn't really have any finished items. Ginormous Noob has Wriggles, Mercury Treads, a Heart of Gold, and I'm not sure what he's building next. He looks like he's building Spirit Massage there next. Meanwhile, over here, I don't know if there was a dragon fight or not. I think the dragon just popped right now, and it looks like the teams are going to get ready to fight over it right now. Or no, I guess the enemy team did take that dragon. based on the timer that Ginormous Noob is typing there. So I guess that Dr. Firstblood was able to take that dragon right there. I don't think anyone on Dr. Firstblood has an Oracle right now, which is a big advantage that the ButtonMasherz are getting right now. Funky Wet Lover clearing wards with that Oracle, whereas nobody able to do the same on the part of Dr. Firstblood. Right now, everybody grouped up in mid. It looks like we may have another team fight here. We'll just have to wait and see. We still have Baron up. That will be the next big objective for the teams to fight over. Now that it looks like Dr. Firstblood took that dragon when I wasn't paying attention, so pardon me. But assume the next big fight will be over Baron. Can't really send people to bottom lane, because if you send people to bottom lane, you run the risk of giving up a free Baron. Anyway, Polas using that knockup. Oh, a very narrow passageway. ButtonMasherz able to dodge that wall. Anyway, still waiting for Annie Alter. There's the stun going in on ButtonMasherz. Will that lead into a larger confrontation? Looks like a team fight getting ready to go in. Oh, Lee Jae-dong missing on his banish. So it's QQ going into the middle of the team. Is he going to pop his ult? Yep, there it comes right now. There's the Amumu ult, but it's not really as good as they might have wanted. Oh, there it is. Bursting down. Annie getting off a nice ult. The initial Amumu ult wasn't that great, but the Annie ult doing so much damage. Meanwhile, now, rest of the team fighting. Dark Cloud QQ, the only one still up, but they're doing a lot of damage. Lee Jae-dong has gone down. I think that Yushiko was killed there too. Now they're focusing on Siraz, and even though the ButtonMasherz look like they were going to lose that fight, they're just cleaning up kills here at the end. Dark Cloud and QQ managing to survive that fight, and Dark Cloud just doing pretty much all the damage, managing to stay alive in that fight. He has to watch out that he doesn't get feasted, though. Oh, right there, gonna get silenced. There's the knockup and the feast, and Dark Cloud gonna get killed. And now it's just the top lane, the two super tanky champs fighting back and forth once again. QQ and Polas. Polas having the edge. Yeah, QQ gonna flash away, taking a lot of damage. Polas just so tanky already with his 6 feast stacks. Even with nothing more than just Rod of Ages, Merc Treads, and a Negatron Cloak, he's just so difficult to kill because he has all that extra health from his feast stacks. So overall, 4 for 4, rather inconclusive fight. I thought that Dr. Firstblood did a nice job of lining up their ultimates in that fight. Initially, the Amumu ult didn't look that great, but then ButtonMasherz was able to get off his Tibber stun on most of the team, and that's exactly what they were going for. This is, again, an area of effect team comp with Annie, Miss Fortune, and Amumu. They want Lee Jae-dong to get into the middle of the team, use his ultimate, and then Miss Fortune immediately ult and Annie ult while everybody is stunned. So this is actually similar to one of the other matches that the ButtonMasherz have played if you've been watching this sequence. I can't remember which team it was exactly that was running the all area of effect team comp. I can't remember off the top of my head since I've been doing a bunch of these games, but similar to another one of the teams that they've played. We'll see if they'll be the key thing for them in the team fights is to spread out enough so that they don't get hit by all of the area of effect damage. We'll see if they're able to do that. Anyway, right now, let's see. They have Cheesy Fries up there in top lane. Cheesy Fries does not have a teleport, so the fact that he's split off from the rest of the team, a little bit dangerous, but looks like he will probably be able to get back to the rest of the team before any big confrontation goes on. These minions are pushing, and there we go. So that push is going to be enough to get that tower. Taking down another one. It's now 3-1 in favor of the ButtonMasherz. They're also ahead 2-1 in favor of Dragons. Typing out the dragon timer again, so it looks like they're thinking about going for another dragon relatively soon when that pops again in about 2 minutes. Anyway, right now, advancing forward, we're missing visibility on most of Dr. Firstblood, but it looks like they're going to take this opportunity to get in some poke at this tower, doing some nice damage here on the part of Dark Cloud. Quirky doesn't have that much range, but he's able to get in a good 4 or 5 shots there, and there's the Karthus wall, able to cover an escape. One of the best tools in the game at covering escapes. You just toss down that wall behind you, and it allows everybody to walk away as the people on the other team get slowed by that humongous 80% on the slow. I don't know if Cheesy Fries has maxed out the wall yet, but does have a ton of slow on it. Anyway, Cheesy Fries looks like he has enough for death cap. I'm assuming that's why he's going to go back to base. That would be my guess. Still waiting for that next dragon. I'm guessing that right now the next fight's going to be over dragon. There is a ward that was just put down in that brush. Yep, just getting pinged by the team. They want to clear it with Taric Oracle when they have a chance. Going to clear bottom lane, QQ. He is the one they want to send to bottom lane because remember, he has that teleport. He can clear bottom lane. If he needs to teleport back to this mid tower for a fight, he can do so after clearing that lane. That's because he has the teleport, QQ's the one they want to have to split off. Anyway, had to give up that tower right there because people were back buying. Here comes Lee Jae-dong. Is he going to use his ultimate right here? Not everybody on the ButtonMasherz. There they go. Ginormous Noob going down immediately. Funky Wet Lover taking a ton of damage as well. But there's the initial burst, and once they use their burst, Dr. Firstblood is not really that strong. So they got off that initial burst. They did get the kill. There there goes Poles, so gonna lose his stacks in that fight. I saw Lee Jae-dong slipping out over there. Is that ult gonna kill him? No, not going to be able to. Siraz is very low. Everybody just running away at this point in time on the part of Dr. Firstblood. So 1 for 1 there overall. They did catch Ginormous Noob. They almost killed Funky Butt Lover. He went down to maybe 200 health. Good thing he has that Heart of Gold, huh? So he did go down very, very low, but he was able to survive that initial burst, and then after that just started healing up the team. So that's kind of the difference here right now. Dr. Firstblood has more burst, but I feel like the ButtonMasherz has more sustain between Warwick, Tariq, and they do have the double heals. They have Tariq heal and Alistar heal, and Alistar as well, also quite tanky. So anyway, we'll see that dragon is going to be up in about 15 seconds or so. It looks like Dr. Firstblood is going to go and be in a position to fight for it, though. Don't know if the ButtonMasherz are going to be here. So many words. It's just a word convention here between the three sides there. Or the ButtonMasherz are going to make another play. They're going to let Dr. Firstblood go for dragon, and they're going to go off and head for Baron instead. So we'll see. This could be very interesting here. We'll see. Looks like Dr. Firstblood is reacting to it, though. There's the clairvoyance, so they are on top of it. This is a bit of a newcomer mistake that you'll often see. One team will say, "Oh, dragon's up, let's all go run and do dragon," and then the other team runs and does Baron. So you do see that a lot, but Dr. Firstblood on top of that were aware of that move and reacted accordingly. Tossed the clairvoyance there right away. Looks like they do have some words over here. Going to have to clear them. Yeah, Funky Butt Lover going to have to clear those words. When he died before, he did lose the Oracle, but he's repurchased it. Now has another Oracle. And the lack of an Oracle on the side of Dr. Firstblood is a bit of a mistake on their part. I really feel like they should have an Oracle in either Soraka or Amumu or Cho'Gath, one of those three. I really feel like that's a mistake that something that they haven't done, because just look at how many wards the ButtonMasherz have. They have 2 here, they have a ward there, they have 2 at dragon. They're gonna kill the enemy team's ward right there. There they go. Looks like they are gonna take this dragon. Let's see, and yes, did manage to get that one. We're able to screen off the team. Nice wall placement, screening off the enemy team right there. Anyway, pull us in front of the team. Oh, gonna Valkyrie away from the rupture. A nice move there. You do not want to get caught by those ruptures. There's a ward right there. Don't know if they're going to take the time to kill it or not. We'll see. Yes, going to come back here. Going to get the money's worth that Oracle by continuing to kill wards. There is a large minion wave pushing top lane, so Dr. Firstblood will have to do something about that later on. Yoshiko in bottom lane, so right now there's a bit of a window of opportunity to go in and engage right here for the ButtonMasherz. There's only four members of Dr. Firstblood here, or potentially they can go over and try to force something at Baron. We'll see. Again, would be a risky play, but it is one they can look to make. We are sort of in stalemate mode right now between the two teams. Funky Butt Lover looks like he's just trying to clear wards, but this is pretty good push on this top tower here. Going to get in some pretty decent damage there. Anyway, taking blue buff for Cheesy Fries once again. Farming stats pretty even overall. I would say that the ButtonMasherz are a little bit ahead because they have 2 over 200. Let's see, 173 against 164. I mean, yes, the ButtonMasherz are ahead in farm. They also are ahead 3 dragons to 1. So they have a slight advantage. Nothing game-breaking, though. I'd say they're a little bit ahead at this point in time, but, you know, nothing ridiculous. This is still very much either team's game. It's going to come down to whoever can win a fight and then take Baron, as we see so often in these team games. Whichever side can win one of those team fights and win it decisively, not just go 4 for 3 or something, but win a fight decisively and then take Baron. That's going to be the difference in the game. Anyway, clairvoyancing over here, the blue buff for Dr. Firstblood is up there. Looks like they're going to do another split push. QQ does have the teleport, remember. Now has Rabadon's Death Cap, has his Sheen, and double Dorans. He did build Merc Treads, though, instead of Cirque Shoes. I guess he was worried about the AoE team comp. Anyway, going to come over here, going to kill another ward. Again, this Oracle has been so valuable. I know that they lost the other Oracle before, but just clearing all these wards is such a big deal if you can keep denying the enemy team's sight over and over again. Here's is that another ward back there, or is that just the Baron health bar? I think that's just the Baron health bar, not 100% sure. So yeah, again, QQ over here in bottom lane. He has the teleport, that global, it just allows him to split push. He can teleport in over here. All he has to do is teleport to a ward, and he can get into any one of these fights. Finally, though, Siraz has picked up an Oracle, something I feel like he should have done earlier. Are they actually going to go for this Baron? No, I think they're just trying to clear that ward there that was underneath the Baron. Here comes QQ, going to teleport in. Where is he teleporting to? Oh, he's going to teleport in from that side, getting caught behind them. Siraz getting picked off immediately. Wow, so they have caught Dr. Firstblood totally out of sorts. Barons were not expecting this coming in from an angle. They didn't expect bursting down their healer before the fight even started, and that means things are not going to go well. Dark Cloud, though, taking a lot of damage. Can Polis finish him off? No, not going to be able to. There goes BDSHUS. Lee Jaedong going down as well, and this is not going well at all for Dr. Firstblood. Teleporting to this ward over here, brilliantly done. Polis, Ginormous Noob has to be a little bit careful. He is very low. Dark Cloud very low as well, but there they go, going to finish him off, score an ace, and that is exactly what the ButtonMasherz needed to flip this game around. That is going to absolutely swing the game in their favor. They're going to score an ace, and they should have no trouble turning this into a victory, or into a kill on Baron as well. So an ace plus a Baron kill is just going to take a close game and swing the door enormously in their favor. So there it goes, going to take that Baron. Global gold, global experience for everybody on the team. And if they were a little bit ahead before, they are a long bit ahead now. So anyway, we'll have to go back and look at what people are buying in a minute. I think the key to that whole fight was the teleport coming into this ward here. They were able to catch. I didn't even see how they caught the Soraka player Siraz right there. I'm afraid I missed that, but the teleport over here, Alistar teleporting in behind the enemy team and then getting right on Yoshiko's Misfortune again. Just taking Misfortune completely out of the fight, not able to do anything. And the whole Dr. Firstblood team just seemed kind of stunned there, like they weren't expecting that fight. People were just coming at them from angles that they were not expecting to see. So really, it just felt like they were a little bit off their game there because they got hit from a direction they weren't expecting. Anyway, so everyone's gone back to buy now. Cheesy Fries, 443 AP, has Rod of Ages, Death Cap, and the Void Staff. Nicely done. Oh, Polis has been caught on the wall here. Going to take some damage. I don't think they're going to kill him because he's too tanky. He does have that Force of Nature. And another Negatron Cloak. How much magic resist does he have? If he appears, I can click on him. 157. Okay, so a lot, but not ridiculously so. But they're not going to be able to kill him. He's just too tanky. Ginormous Noob has finished his Spirit Massage and Wit's End, so he's getting pretty strong right there in and of himself, even as a jungler. Funky Butt Lover has a lot of magic resist. He's just basically building all magic resist. The enemy team, everybody other than Misfortune does do magic damage, so stacking magic resist is the way to go. We've seen this a lot. A lot of the teams that the ButtonMasherz have been playing have been very heavily geared toward magic damage, so they just build tanky and stack magic resist, and it seems to work really, really well overall. Everyone other than Dark Cloud, even Dark Cloud has a Banshee's Veil, so he does have 100 magic resist, even though he hasn't really built that defensively. So not going to have any trouble taking down that outer tower. Remember, that one was already low from before. Next, I'd assume they're going to go for this mid tower, just gather everybody up while they have Baron, push on this tower, have Dark Cloud's Corki poke at that tower, and just get in a lot of damage. Anyway, want to burst some of these Banshee's Veils. Lee Jaedong does have that Banshee's Veil. They'd really like to burst it. There it goes. Gonna take it down with the Warwick Q. Anyway, right there, there's the ultimate coming in. There's the ultimate into a Misfortune ult. There's the Annie ult, but with so much magic resist, it's just not doing that much damage anymore. ButtonMasherz just have too much magic resist, and they're surviving that initial burst and then killing everyone. BDSHUS is getting very low. Can Ginormous Noob finish him off? No, doesn't look like he's going to right there. Oh, Polis getting hit on the Taric stun. He's big, he's Cho'Gath, he's tanky, but he's not that tanky, and he's not going to make it out of there, though. So, again, just the ButtonMasherz just taking the right blow from the Dr. Firstblood and then standing there and punching back, not going down to the burst, and as soon as they survive that initial burst, they just completely dominate these team fights over Dr. Firstblood. Their itemization, I think, has just been outstanding in this game. Building extra health, building extra magic resist so that they can survive that Amumu ultimate plus Misfortune ultimate plus Annie burst. They just stand there, they take that combo, and then after they survive, they just clean up on the other team because they're so much tankier and they have more healing. Remember, the enemy team, they do have, Cho'Gath has his passive, but other than that, the only heal they have is Soraka. Meanwhile, look at their team. They have Taric heals, they have Alistar heals, they have Warwick's Hungering Strike and his natural lifesteal. They just have so much sustain on their team that after they take that initial burst, they survive, and like I said, they've been cleaning up these team fights after that. So now the snowball has started to roll. Now they're just starting to get so far ahead that it's going to be harder and harder for Dr. Firstblood to keep up. Look at these minion kills: 244, 235, 254 against about to get 3 over 200. But Ginormous Noob is quite a bit away of Lee Jaedong, and look at Funky Butt Lover. He's quite a bit ahead of Siraz's Soraka too. He's had, well, I guess they're relatively even, but they both have the 2 gold per 5 items. Anyway, stealing that blue buff on the way out. They also did take Dragon there as well. Dragon not worth as much, but that is their 4th Dragon of the match compared to 1 for Dr. Firstblood. So 4-1 in Dragons, 1-0 in Barons. They stole excuse me, they stole this blue buff a couple times. They stole this red buff many times. So again, Amumu, great champion, but the weakness of him is he isn't a great jungler in terms of just clearing jungle buffs. It's relatively easy to go in and invade. Relatively easy to go in and invade against Amumu, and Ginormous Doob has been doing a great job of that throughout the game. Okay, one other thing to point out is I just noticed this, that Lee Jaedong has Ghost on Amumu. That's very strange. I would have expected Flash on Amumu. You want to be able to flash into the middle of the enemy team and use your ultimate. I'm just a little bit surprised that he has Ghost instead of Flash on there. In these high-level team games, it's pretty much mandatory for everybody on the team to be running Flash at all times, so it's a little bit strange to see that. Anyway, Karthus, Cheesy Fries Karthus, another needlessly large rod, going towards Zanya's, I expect. Zanya's really good on Karthus. You run into the middle of the enemy team, you have your Defile running, and then you pop your Zanya's and you're untargetable for 2 seconds, and your Defile keeps running. So gonna clean up this outer level tower, I would expect, with no trouble. If, oh, I guess Dr. Firstblood is gonna come out and try to fight for this. I'm a little surprised. I would expect them to just give this up. If they fight right here, I can't imagine it's gonna go well. There's the teleport coming in for QQ, and this is just not going well for Dr. Firstblood at all. They should not have fought for this outer tower. You can see they are just absolutely destroying this team. There's a Karthus ultimate cleaning up people. Polis and Yoshiko, the only ones still alive. There's the Taric stun, and Polis the only one going to make it out of that. So that was just a straight 4 for 0. I did not like the decision to fight for that. The tower was already down by the time that they went out there, and QQ was able to teleport right into the middle of the fight. I guess he was off split pushing, but just able to teleport in, and you saw what happened. 4 for 0. They were just too far behind to go out and fight like that. I realized that ButtonMasherz didn't have Baron, but at this point in time, the ButtonMasherz are very far ahead, and to go out and fight like that, not a good idea. Anyway, Polis getting exhausted. He tried to feast on Funky Butt Lover, but not going to be enough. They're going to take down this tower. That's an ace, and that's the match. So once again, congratulations and well played to the ButtonMasherz on another victory, well deserved, taking this semifinal match in the Go for Law Cup. They will move on to the final and play for see if they can win this competition overall. All right, we'll wrap this up, finish, and look at the stats. Okay, here are the final numbers. You can see how everybody finished up in terms of kills, deaths, and assists, the farming stats, the items that everybody built. So go ahead and take a look at that. When I looked at this game, I felt like there were two big differences that helped account for the ButtonMasherz win. The first of those was the fact that they were able to dominate the bottom lane. The quirky Taric matchup really dominated the Misfortune Soraka matchup. They really crushed that bottom lane in terms of both the laning matchup, and then that set them up for the rest of the game. Look at Dark Cloud, 8-1 on the game. Yoshiko's Misfortune, 1-5. Just set up the rest of the game. Their attack damage AD carry was way ahead of the AD carry for Dr. Firstblood, and I think that was one of the two key things. The other key thing in the match was the fact that they brought a teleport on QQ's Alistar. I felt that was huge in terms of setting up this match. The one fight that decided the game was that Baron fight where the ButtonMasherz were able to, I think, ace the other team, if I remember correctly. I believe that they aced Dr. Firstblood and took Baron. It took a game that was very close at the time. I believe it was 9-8 in kills. The ButtonMasherz were a little bit ahead because they had taken more dragons, but it was a close match, and that fight was set up by, first of all, Saraz's Soraka getting caught out of position, which I believe was on a Taric stun, not 100% sure, but I believe it was on a Taric stun. Caught Saraz's Soraka out of position and got that kill. And then the other thing was QQ teleporting into a ward behind the enemy team where he was able to get on Yoshiko's Misfortune and just take her completely out of the fight. I thought that those were sort of the two key things. And then, of course, just the general itemization of building tanky, getting Rod of Ages on, say, Karthus instead of just building straight Deathcap, building a tanky team, throwing on some magic resist, just being able to absorb that initial burst that Dr. Firstblood wanted to use. And then as soon as that first initial burst was gone, I mean, Annie, not very good once she uses her burst. Amumu, after he uses his ultimate, still decent, but not really that much of a threat. Really, all they had to focus on was killing Misfortune after that initial burst, and they were able to do that without much trouble. So overall, congratulations to the ButtonMasherz, as I said, moving on to the finals of the Go for Law Cup 20, and we'll have that match on this channel as well in just a little bit. For those of you who've been watching this series, thanks very much. Hope you've enjoyed this series. Hope you've enjoyed watching these games. Until next time, good luck, have fun, and don't be a feeder.